live for the very first time here on Polabear streams. Welcome. I am the Polabear. I'm with Mosty. I'm glad to have you here. I think this is a good night. We are... Well, it might help if I actually have my microphone turned on. Welcome to the first of Polabear streams. I am the Polabear. I am your postie with the mostie, the Polabear. Really excited for this new venture. Really excited for tonight. And as you can see, we're going to be playing Ace Attorney, or we're going to be playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, the trilogy. I have never played these games before in my life. I have seen some of the memes. I have seen lots of memes, but I've never played it. So if you've never played it, we're going to have some fun, because I'm going to be going into this just as blind as you are. And if you have played this before, and you know what's going to happen, and you know what's going on, well, enjoy watching me struggle very, very hard. Because this will be a very good night. This will be very fun, I believe. Interact, please. You know, have a chat with everyone else. Have a chat with me. I will do my best to acknowledge the chat and remember that it's there and not just be so focused on the game. And yeah, I am super stoked. Alright, how about we crack on, yeah? Alright, let's do this. Whew! Ace Attorney, oh, what's it? Oh, okay, Justice for All Trials and Tribulations, okay. Well, how about we just do Ace Attorney, the first one? I think. Let's go. Alright. Episode 1. The first turnabout. Play the first turnabout? I think so. Alright. Ooh. Oh dear. Damn it. Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this! Oh, and just so everyone knows, I am a voiceover artist as well, so I will at times, if there's a game that now apparently doesn't have actual voices in it, I'll probably read them out in my own voices. So, I'll make it look like he did it! August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant, Lobby Number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Actually, no, I'm not. Not yet. Alright. Let's go. Oh, jeez, okay, hello. Oof. Hi, Chief. Yep, you, glad you made it on time. Oh, okay, so this is gonna be our first time. Alright. And about your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? Oh, that could be a conflict of interest. Ooh. Ooh, one of the reasons he became an attorney. Okay. I want to help him out any way I can, of course. Well, I mean, we want to help anyone out. I just owe him that much. Ooh. Oh, man. Oh, good lord. Hey, Addie Rose Totoka, thank you for the follow. I hope you enjoy the stream. Okay. Yeah, it does sound like he kind of wants to unalive. Oh, jeez. Good old certain animation styles. Alrighty. Hey there, Larry. You know, I've never really noticed, like, I've never really thought, like, for a client to actually just come in and say, yeah, I'm guilty, yep, throw me away, lock me up, let's get rid of me. Like, righto. Oh, okay. Well then. I'm glad I'm playing this at 8 PM at night because this is probably not the most kid-friendly. Even though it was on the Nintendo DS, which... I mean, look, it's an adult's console, but let's, you know, it was marketed towards children. Oh, it's all over. Oh, okay. That's why. Oh. Is there? Let me try and get rid of that. Hopefully that might help. Look, I'm sorry, Addie Rose, to take it could be your phone, it could be your internet. It could also be me. You are... you have come on the very first stream that we are holding here. And let's just say this is a test run and I really hope that it's working. But please let me know if it's better. Oh. Okay, no, that was probably me then. I had a look on my devices and it had the video capture device was also going at the same time as the desktop audio. So that was probably my fault. I'm sorry. But thank you for letting me know about that. Yeah, that's great. Thank you for that. Alrighty, so old mate can't live in a world without her. Who took her away from me? Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. Dun dun dun! My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. Blood on the floor. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the Butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. What a nice guy. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2. Okay. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright? This is your first trial, is it not? Yeah, I'm just gonna stop. Alrighty, yes it is, Your Honor. I'm a little bit nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Well, he's screwed. Murder is a very serious charge. Yes, it is. Alrighty. Yep, he sounds about just as nervous as I am, so. I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. few simple questions. Look, as soon as I saw his name was Butts, I could not help myself. I was like internally screaming, wanting to make jokes. So I'm glad I'm not the only one. Thank you. I'll give you questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant. Well, he is the butts of all jokes. It is. Correct. Correctamundo. Alright. What's the victim's name? Yeah, Yep. Because I didn't read it. Wait. Tab. What is this? Her name was Cindy. I probably should have looked at that. Profiles, what is it? Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, Mia Fey, 27. She looks more like 37 or 47. Mainly just because of the way she dresses. Lawyers always seem a bit older than they actually are. But Chief Attorney at Fay & Co. My boss and very good defense attorney. Yep. Larry Butts. The defendant in this case, a likable guy who's been my friend since grade school, Cindy Stone. Victim in the case, a model. She lived in an apartment by herself, and the prosecutor is Winston Payne. You know, I'm pretty partial to the name Winston. It's a pretty good name. Prosecutor for this case lacks presence, generally bad at getting his points across. Okay, so we could probably use that against him. So let's have a look at the evidence. Okay, so that was the evidence. So attorney's badge. No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. Oh man. Okay. Sorry if it feels like I'm like really like attached to my nose at the moment, but like I've got this like one hair in my mustache that's like kind of poking upwards, and it's like every time I move it and talk, it's like digging into my nose and like making it really itchy. So, all right. You don't even know the victim's name. Yeah, I know the victim's name now. Ha! I figured that out before she even told me. Oh yeah. Already done that. Begging you. I'm begging. Do. Cinder block. That's great. But no, it is Cindy Stone, as we found out beforehand. Let's do this. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Tell me what's the cause of death. I'm going to say blunt force trauma. Hit with a blunt object, because obviously you ain't going to bleed like that from poison, and you ain't going to bleed like that from being strangled. I guess depending on how bad the strangling was. But hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correctamundo. That's right. And coincidentally, I'm drinking a blood-colored drink. Fun times all around. I am more relaxed. Thank you, Your Honor. Yep, that's pretty much about how I feel, so. Well then, first a question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. Okay. It's found lying on the floor next to the victim. Okay. Also, I just gotta add, that judge has got a great beard going on. Not so much, you know, chrome dome with parts, but, you know, great beard. Should pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the tab to check the court record frequently. Well, we've already figured out that. Oh. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. Oh, of course they do. Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get the chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Okay. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Larry does get excited. Yeah, no, absolutely. Respect to the hair he has got, you know. If he can't grow it up there, he's got to grow it down. No. If he can't grow it up there, at least he can grow it there. Nearly. Alright. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Oh, jeez. Alright. I mean, look, there's probably a little bit of jealousy going on because, you know, look, I can grow a little bit of the top hair, but the beard, it's not that great. Once it really starts to grow out, it's not good. So, Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Uh-oh. Yo. Thank you. Yeah, I did save it. I was that close though. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet. Okay, so they had a unalive pact. Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Again, not a good ending, knowing history. That's, yeah, not good. Yep. They did. Yeah, no, clearly, that, you know. They were on a break! I mean, look, it's a lot to him at the moment because you're kind of on trial for murder of your girlfriend who just dumped you. Kind of not looking good for you. Yup. Completely abandoned you. Wow. Rough. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. Yikes. One of them. Yo, exactly. Ooh. Yeah, let's hope it's not foreshadowing, because, you know, let's hope he doesn't, you know. I mean, look, if we can save him, maybe it's all good. Maybe he'll be fine and he can find a new girlfriend. Sweet as. Or boyfriend. It's 2023. 2024! Goodness. Haven't been able to say that since last year. Dad jokes are on point tonight. Alright, lies. Your Honor, the victim's passport. Okay, so United States of America. According to this, she was in Paris the day before she died. Okay. Victim apparently arrived home from Paris on the 7th. Really, they got to do the American dating system, so 7:30, but 30th of the 7th. The day before the murder. Okay. Well then. victim was a model but did not have a large income, so let's say maybe money wasn't the motive here. Sugar daddies. Oh man, I'm glad I'm playing this at 8 o'clock. Good old sugar daddies. Daddies. Sugar. Older men who gave her money and gifts. For no reason at all. None at all. They were just being polite, friendly, and nice. Yep, see? She just took their money and used it to support her own lifestyle. You can clearly see what kind of woman Miss Stone was. Yes, a very nice young lady who had very friendly friends who would give her money and things. 30th of July, the day before the murder, for future remembrance. Oh, okay. So I'm going to assume that you've probably played this one before. Completely platonic sugar daddy. Yeah, absolutely. It is platonic sugar parental figures. Sugar father figure. There we go. We're going to have a new one. Is rating with a party 5. Oh, thank you. That's awesome. Alright, so. Mr. Butts. Oh, God. Every single time I see the name Butts now, I just giggle. What do you think of her now? Oh, that's in red. Laden Bugs, hello, welcome. Sometimes I can. I was doing it earlier. I kind of got over it, but look, if you want me to, put it down in the chat and I will definitely give it a go again. So right. Oh, well, thank you from Migum Co. I really hope I'm saying that correctly. I have no idea how to pronounce it, but yes, very much thank you. That is awesome. I was playing this earlier and Ladenbugs was not impressed by my lack of voices. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, see, luckily, you've rated a stream that is home to a voiceover actor. So, how are you? Happy New Year. Oh, thank you. Happy New Year. It's been good. My 3-year-old actually broke his arm yesterday, playing on the monkey bars at home. So, my wife spent the night in the hospital with him. He had to have surgery on his arm to have some pins and some wire put in there. So, poor little dude, he has had a really rough New Year. But, you know, Daddy had to stay home for the 7-year-old and the 6-month-old, so, you know. But haven't actually... They just told you to pay attention, and I have a very little attention span. Okay. Yep, definitely. I feel you on that. You know, the autism here is going strong. Cindy Stone, I remember that much. Alrighty, so... And yes, Happy New Year, Addie Rose. Alrighty, so how's your New Year's going? How did you guys celebrate? Where are you from as well? I would love to know where everyone's from. I'm from, you know, I wouldn't say sunny because it's currently 8 p.m. And it's raining, but sunny Brisbane in Australia. So I'd love to know where you guys are. I'm good, thank you, Ladenbugs. I've just come off a bit of a sickness as well from last year. Luckily this year it's all good so far. How are you doing? You know. All right, let's get back into this for now. Larry, all right, let's get back into this. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I wait and see what happens? Stop him from answering. Ooh. And as we're going to go with Addie Rose with the little attention span, I've completely forgotten what has just happened. So, oh nice. Whereabouts in the US? I've been there once. I would love to go back. I have a couple of friends in America. I've been to, where have I been? I've been to Anaheim. I've been to Vegas. I've been to California. I have also, or Los Angeles in California. I've also, Disneyland. I've also been to, where was it? Arizona. I went to the Grand Canyon for the Joshua Tree Reserve Park place in there. From the US. Oh, Texas. Mate. Honestly, Ladenbugs, you are going to probably hear the word mate said a lot. Oh, Queensland, nice. Absolutely, that's awesome. Sweet as. Right, so. Alrighty, I'm going to... Let's see what happens. Might be better not to get involved in this one. Well, Mr. Butts?
Dude, no way! That cheating she-dog! I'm gonna die, I'm just gonna drop dead! Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we? It's an Australian threat. It absolutely is. We say mate like there's no tomorrow. It's literally like, g'day mate, how's it going? Is your like definitive hello. G'day, how's it going? Well, sup, g'day. What else we got? So, let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Mate is almost the Australian version of in a conversation sometimes. It absolutely is. Oh my goodness, mate. Mate. And I'm just completely proving that one correct. I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy. This is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh. He went. Thank you, Ladenbugs. Thank you. I hope that they, kind of fit the character and the way that they look. And, it's kind of just what I can do. This is great. Mate, mate, thanks. Oh, thank you for the follow there. Migmco. Thanks, mate. Alright, so what are we going to have him do? Ooh. You know what? Let's stop him. Mig is fine. Mig. Oh, Mig Mco. Oh, okay, cool, thanks. So, oh, thank you for the follow there, Ladenbugs. Thank you. Mig Mco. Alright, but Mig for short. Right. Or, just mate. You're all just mates. Alright, so we're gonna... I think maybe we'll stop him from answering, because... Oh, but does he really need to... Oh. You know what? I'll send him a signal. Lie like a dog. Well, see, it's like this. I don't remember. You don't remember? Well, then we'll just have to remind you. Okay, look, this line I have to do it. I've got a bad feeling about this.
We have a witness that can prove he did go to the victim's apartment that day. Well, crap.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery.
It's like watching a movie. Thank you. He saw the defendant fleeing. Oh, wait. No, oh, crap. This is the wrong person. Payne. So Payne. He's the lawyer. He's the prosecutor. Right. Sorry.
He saw the defendant fleeing the crime of the scene.
Oh, yeah. That's not good. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Showett to the stand.
Alright, what are we going to give him?
Mr. Showett, you sell newspaper subscriptions. Is this correct?
Oh, yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Showett, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness testimony. Witness's account.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment.
Yeah, because that's what you do. You just look in the door.
What if they just had a nice little romantic rendezvous and she was not fully clothed? Not good. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead.
This is actually my very first stream, Layden. So, yes. Very new to streaming. Exactly the voice I would go with for the outfit. Perfect. Thank you, Addie. Yeah, as soon as I saw the pink, I was like, yeah, he's got to. He's got to have that kind of voice. But yes, it is definitely my first stream. And look, I just hope I'm doing well. I'm here to entertain. I'm not here to play games very well. I'm here to have a good time and to make sure you have a good time. So as long as that's happening, then this is a win in my books. Oh, thank you. Ooh, testimony.
She was dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside.
You're doing great. Oh, thank you.
I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there.
Larry, why didn't you just tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sarwit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Blackout record. Electricity to Mrs. Stone's building was out from noon till 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor?
All right. This is it. The real deal.
What exactly am I supposed to do?
Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave.
Lies? What? He was lying?
Your client is innocent, right? What games do I typically play? Well, at the moment, it has been a lot of Power Washing Simulator. It's a bit of a guilty pleasure. But I kind of play everything. The only thing I don't do is horror games, because I don't like being scared. I am absolutely... I mean, look, I would do it for the stream. Do it for the van. Showing my age. But... yeah, pretty much like most games I'll play, and I'll give a go. I also used to work literally up until about 2 weeks ago for a company called EB Games, which is the GameStop of Australia. It's literally... so EB Games was actually owned by GameStop, and it's basically just the same company, but the Australian version. So, yeah, and yes, yeah, I am actually a voice actor, so haven't been in anything that you'd probably know. Still, you know, fairly new to that world as well. I have been doing it for a couple of years, just not very much. And although one cool thing was I actually played a vocal extra it's on Spotify. I believe it's called the Crimson Files, and the main actress, like the main voice actress in that show, is the same actress who plays young Goku and Gohan from Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z in the American dubs. So, I mean, look, I got to do my stuff from Australia from here. She did her stuff from there. I never met her, never interacted, and I just sent my files away. But that was kind of cool. I can say, you know, like, hey, I worked on a project with her. But no, a lot of the stuff I did was like, you know, small YouTube channels that just needed, you know, a clear voice. And I always tried to do that. Sometimes the stream cuts out for me, so I have to turn it to audio only to play. Oh, no. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I have no idea how I can fix that. But, you know, what have I been in? Well, yeah, as I said, yep, I've been in a couple of things. There was a show when I first started out it's actually on YouTube. It's called The Ghostly Chronicles. I was in it for about 2 or 3 episodes. I think I recorded 4, but they only used 3. And I played kind of a main character in that one. It was all about this, you know, he played like a ghost hunter on TV, which I used to love watching Ghost Hunters and Ghost Hunters International years ago, which was awesome. But, you know, I played basically this kind of guy. And then his sister was an actual ghost hunter in real life. So, you know, they had all of those elements in there, and, you know, then some really freaky crap just happens. But I got to play a guy called Rick Jordan. And as you can see, you can probably tell why I choose the voices that I do. But I do find it funny when, you know, American people will come to an Australian for an American job for an American voice. It always just makes me giggle on the inside. But yeah, that's super cool. Oh yeah, thank you. I mean, yeah, it's a very great passion of mine. Like, I love doing it. One of the biggest things I'd love to do is to get into radio, which I just think would be cool. At the moment, I'm currently a postie, or, you know, like a mailman. Down here, we ride motorcycles, which is, you know, pretty sick. But yeah, no, so literally tomorrow morning I'll be awake at 4 a.m. to head off to work, sorting the mail, and then chucking it on the bike and heading out for the day, delivering mail. So it's going to be a good day. So, alright, let's get on. So, your client is innocent, right? Then That witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face! What made me decide to come to streaming? Honestly? A good couple of things. I mean, look, COVID was one back in the day. No, I actually haven't explained that, so thank you for asking. That's all right, you know. Again, we're new. Well, you know, I'm new, so you're not missing much. So yeah, thank you for asking. So one of the things was watching Smosh. I love watching Smosh. And watching all of their live streams that they used to do, especially Shane and Damien. Those two together, I can watch all day. How courts should be sometimes rubbing in the witness's face. Absolutely, just like, bleh! The bad dog. Bleh, bleh. But yeah, no, so like, yeah, Smosh. I do actually have a friend who live streams as well, the Giant Coyote. He is awesome. You should go check him out as well. He is a former pro wrestler. I can technically kind of say that I was a former pro wrestler as well, because I did have one match at least. But I knew him from the pro wrestling world down here in Australia. He's an absolute giant of a dude. But he is the nicest guy I've ever met. You know, hands down, like the biggest heart ever. Every time I've seen him, you know, it's just awesome. But yeah, he streams as well. He's been doing it a little bit longer than a lot longer than I have, and his streams are awesome. I highly recommend the Giant Coyote. And yeah, so, you know, kind of just that. And, you know, it's something I've always wanted to do because I love playing video games, and I am a kind of natural born entertainer. Always kind of have been. And I like doing voices. So, you know, you asking me to actually do the voices was great, because I was a little bit self-conscious about doing it at first, and I was like, maybe I'll not. But thank you for giving me the confidence to continue on. But awesome, yeah, I can tell. Oh yeah, thank you. Oh yeah. All right. Okay. Open the court record with the tab, then point out contradictions in the testimony. Makes me like this game a lot more. Oh, thank you. That's awesome. I mean, look, I do this naturally anyway. Whenever I'm playing a game that has like no speech, I naturally will do this, and I'll just come up with voices in my head. So it's fun to be able to like let it out, and I'm really glad that you're enjoying yourself too. I mean, look, originally I did say that this was going to be like a little hour of power kind of thing. But hey, look, we're having fun at the moment, and I kind of don't want to stop. So, I mean, look, we still had like 13 minutes left, but I think we may go on for a little bit longer, especially since we've only just started and we've barely even done anything. But let's go. All right, so let's check it out. So, fade to black.
Oh, goody.
Cross-examination with the witness's account. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. 4 till 5 p.m. Let's remember that one. Time of death on the 31st of the 7th. That one. Yep, okay, yep. So, between 4 and 5 o'clock, and between noon and 6 p.m. Okay, cool.
right?
I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside.
You hit affiliate faster if you only stream 1 to 2 hours starting off anyway. With 3 or more viewers, makes your average go down if you stream longer than that starting out. So you're doing great. Oh! Okay. Well, thank you. Okay, look. Maybe we'll do an hour and a half then. How about that? We'll finish at 9:30 my time. Does that sound good? Thank you for that little bit of information. Alright, so he called the police immediately.
However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m.
We have a contradiction there. So, time of death was between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. All for chilling for a bit longer. Yeah, sweet. Okay. All right. 9:30. Maybe longer. We'll see. So if he's saying that it was 1 o'clock that he saw the dead body, and the time of death is between 4 and 5 p.m. There's a contradiction right there. So let's present that one. Objection! You found the body at 1 p.m. Are you sure?
Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was nobody to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap?
This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
Polar from Queensland. Yeah, the Queenslanders. Go the Maroons. You'll know what I'm talking about. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sarwit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Brian. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions.
I'm just gonna say, this is the first time that I've done like multi-character things before, like in one go. It is fun trying to remember who has which voice. My very first streamer that I watched was someone random from Australia, so shout out to us. Yeah! Woo! Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! And then, Addy, I know that you know what to type in response. But for, Mig and for Layden, the correct response is oi, oi, oi. O-I, space O-I, space O-I. One of the biggest Aussie things you can do, mate, is just in any function. Yeah, there we go. Oi, oi, oi. You just shout Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. And you, like, even in a different country, you could shout Aussie, Aussie, Aussie if you think that there might be some Aussies there, and you'll find out 100% if there are. So that's all you have to do is point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See, that's why I don't like lying. And that's one of the things I've always said. As soon as you lie once, then you got to lie again to lie about that lie. Then lie again about that lie to lie about that lie. Then by the end of it, you've forgotten what you were lying about. So you've just completely contradicted yourself because you've forgotten what the original lie was. Hence, telling the truth is a lot easier.
See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now.
Would you care to give your testimony again? Oi, oi, oi! Yeah. Witness testimony. The time of the discovery. Alright, what are you going to say now, mister?
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television.
Is that an Australian cheer? Absolutely, it's an Australian cheer. It is like one of the biggest Aussie cheers you'll ever hear. It is said nearly every sporting game by someone, usually a drunk larrikin. I feel like I should be playing Sea of Thieves or something saying that. Well, I mean, look, we're not saying it like pirates. We're not saying oi, oi, oi. Although that would be fun. Maybe that's another game I could play one day. That'd be fun. Oh, hey, Nonsense Nancy, what up? Welcome to the stream. Or, you know, hello for the, you know, if you've just been lurking. Yeah, it is kind of a callback when someone shouts Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Other people, yeah, absolutely, they do. Yep, it's call and response. Kind of like, you know, the Queen, ew, ew. It's exactly like that. It's just a lot of fun. Next thing, maybe you know what? When we hit 100 followers, maybe I'll do a shoey. That's another absolutely Aussie thing to do, is a shoey. All right, so let's get back to this.
There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program.
Oh, how convenient.
That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about that, the misunderstanding.
I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. I have to do some work now. Enjoy the rest of your stream. Oh, alright. Well, thank you, Layden, for joining the stream. And thank you for joining the program. Look, I hope you have a great day at work. I hope you smash those goals, make that money. And it's been awesome chatting with you too. So I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next time. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Not any time, and thank you. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Right. You know what to do.
I've got this one.
Cross-examination.
The time of discovery.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? Well, I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. I feel like he's about to say, like, hello? Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Notice anything suspicious?
Yes. Why? Yes, I have indeed, Watson. I have deduced to this one.
The electricity to Mrs. Stone's building was out from noon till 6 p.m. that day. So if it was around 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, especially at the time that she died, how would she have been watching a television program? Elementary, my dear Watson. The fact is, she couldn't, because there was a blackout in the apartment.
So let's present that evidence.
Objection. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this report proves it.
too good at theory. Yeah, sorry.
Hello?
Again, voice actor. That's my defense, and that's what I'm sticking with. The electricity was out. How could she be watching? Exactly. How could she be watching if the electricity was out? You couldn't have heard the television or a video. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sarwit?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Ah! Wait, I remember now.
Mr. Sarwit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Sarwit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Witness testimony, hearing the time.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment. Wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Oh, we know where this one's going. I've already figured that one out.
Ooh, yeah.
Hearing the time.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it.
So let's get right to the place where we need to. There was a clock. The statue in the shape of the thinker. Present. Objection! I love that. I love that objection. Just wait a moment. I love the thud. I love the dramatic. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Exactly, Addie Rose. Exactly. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? Oh, I mean, unless right in here, that's like a digital clock with like batteries and something. That's the only thing I could think of. But that hasn't been shown to us yet, so who knows? Let's go.
Wah! You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are?
Just answer the question, Mr. Sarwit.
Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne.
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. And it doesn't look like a clock. I submitted it as a statue, my apologies. Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. But, I mean, he could be lying. Because he's sweating a lot.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, see, I'm here for thinking. I was already saying, although I kind of said it the wrong way around. I didn't say it, said it audibly. But then again, how would it tell the time if you tilt the neck? If you tilt the neck and it says the time, who was there to tell the time? Who was there to tilt the neck? And then he said he didn't hear it, but he saw the time. Something's a little fishy here. It appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now? Yes. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. See? Yet no witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he... Ooh. What are we thinking? What are we thinking, guys? Did he go into the apartment? Or did he know the victim? Something does smell fishy. Really does. And it's not the shop near Coles at Garden City, I can tell you that. If you don't know what Garden City, if that shop, it's a fish market. There's like a fish market stall right next to the Coles at Garden City shopping centre. Smells of fish every time. So, alright, so. Did he know the victim? Or did he go into the apartment? Went into the apartment. No proof of knowing the victim yet. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I mean, it could be a sugar daddy, but a sugar father figure, but we don't know that yet. And I really doubt with, you know, this guy's fine suit that he would really be interested in procuring her sugar baby status. So let's say he went into the apartment. You're lying! You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder!
Oh yeah? Prove it! Prove I went in there!
I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sawit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon just spoke as you hit the victim. Spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
Well, what's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never, look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw something, blah!
Woo, okay, I did not see that one coming.
Shut up, I hate you. It was him, I tell you, I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn, give him death. So I'm kind of feeling like maybe now his voice has kind of changed a bit because he's not actually like that. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright. Your Honor. You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think of it thoroughly. Think it through thoroughly. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sawitz heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply... The boldness is spreading, it's contagious. It is. Let's just keep it away from here. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you! I'm gonna need a young priest and an old priest. Right. What are we gonna do? Examine the clock's batteries.
You could do that, because maybe if the batteries were dislodged, and then you put the batteries back in, it could actually show, like it could, you know, restart the same time, so you could actually find out the time. You could ask the neighbors, because they may have heard the clock as well. Try sounding the clock. I don't think sounding the clock would be a good idea, only because then that could just kind of, you know, go against you with that one. So I'm gonna say ask the neighbors. So what do you think, Addy? And Mig, if you're still here, and Nonsense Nancy, what do you guys think? What do you think happened? What do you think we should choose? Also, I'm digging this music. I think examining the batteries is a good option. If the batteries are dislodged or not in sounding, the clock won't work. Exactly. Aha, yes, I see your point as well, which you may have been making or may not have been making, but I'm making it for you anyway, because maybe the clock doesn't even make a sound. So maybe he's lying about that. Would the clock be loud enough for the neighbors to hear? Yeah, see? That's a good point right there. Ooh. Ooh, so now do we go examine the clock's batteries or try sounding the clock? Because again, you know, if we try sounding the clock and it doesn't actually make a sound, how does he know what the time was? Ooh. I'm thinking that might be a good one. Yep. Although we did kind of say that he... You know what? I'm going to... Yeah, we're going to examine the clock's batteries. All you have to do is examine the batteries. The batteries are in the right way. The clock seems to be working fine. What exactly did you mean, Mr. Wright? That the clock was working fine. Yes, and... crap. I'm sorry. I think I got confused back there with all those testimonies. Mr. Wright! I expect more from a lawyer in this court. Even if it is your first day. I'm afraid I have to penalize you. Try to think things through more carefully this... Well, that sucks. Yes, Your Honor. As I was saying. The whole case is riding on this. Better think it through carefully. Oh no, the stream's cut out. No! No! How'd he come back? I'm back, yeah, okay, yay! Okay, so, don't know how much you missed, but quick recap! We tried the batteries. Batteries are in there, they're working the right way, it worked, no good, no bueno. Lost like 2 lives on that one, so now I'm going to go back, I'm going to try sounding the clock. So, if it doesn't make a sound, then how does he know what the time was? Your Honor, it was definitely this clock. Which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Yeah, look, I mean, hey, that was my first instinct too, so. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawit heard and the actual time of death.
So, Mr. Sawit, try to talk your way out of this one. Ha ha! You forgot one thing! Uh-oh, what's he talking about now? While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing! How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. Yep, he is right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, it was so close.
Mr. Wright, seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Let's see if there's anything in here. Electricity. Yeah. The victim apparently. There's nothing in that. Let's go back to here. Oh, here we go. Discovering Mr. Stone's body. Newspaper salesman who saw Larry flee the scene. I'm trying to figure this one out, eh? Alright, let's go back.
Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawit.
I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens.
Time difference between America and Paris? What is it? Or how long the power had been cut out? Yeah, but it was running on batteries, I think. And would she have taken the clock to Paris, or did she buy it in Paris? Maybe. These are all some very valid points you're making. True batteries, yeah.
You treat me like a criminal! You lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now.
Not so fast, Mr. Sawit.
Chief.
Listen up, Ryan. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. So now I'm just thinking of Austin Powers. Think, Powers, think.
But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that.
I think maybe Addie just did.
Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think it through. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow?
Addie, I think you were onto something here. I think you were onto something.
Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right?
I love it when they do those kinds of like play on words, like right, you know. Especially if someone's name is right.
Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow?
Yes, we can.
Wait! Maybe I can prove it. You must have the evidence somewhere in there that can prove it, right? Find it, and then we'll have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see if you can pull this one off.
Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. So let's go to the passport because she just arrived home from Paris on the day of the murder. So she would probably still be in France time.
The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day. Hey. We got it. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow. It was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawit? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Nah!
So he was a bit of a dramatic fellow. Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness.
Thank you, Addie. I did not think about the time difference between Paris and America.
He was arrested and had been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense.
Oh, sorry. This is the judge speaking. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I thought I was way off, but hey, look. I'll pat you on the back too, because I didn't think about that. My train of thought was that the batteries got dislodged and it was knocked out for 3 hours. So, at least you had it one way right. So, at this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Well, that solved our first case. And with that, this court is adjourned.
Turns out that Frank Sawit was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home.
I feel like this needs some music. You know? Needs like that old-timey, you know, like that vignette style. Oh, what's the style I'm thinking of? There's a certain style and it's noir. It needs that noir sound, kind of like a, you know, audio to it.
When Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find and struck her dead. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Phew. I still can't believe we won.
Right. Good job back in there. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you.
Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note.
And then seeing the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel.
My life is over.
Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Oh, Nick, don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon.
Good. Wait, no. I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed.
But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever.
Okay, Addie, this is getting scary with your foreshadowing and predictions here. Don't like it. I don't like where this is going. Larry. She was never... never mind.
Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts innocent. How did I not think, like, hear that when I first heard her say Harry? Harry Butts innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh no, I couldn't.
Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook.
Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present for me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made this one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you just want to cry? Larry?
Larry.
Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me, it's okay? It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him?
Huh? Oh yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her.
Huh? What about that clock?
This is the clock you made her for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled.
Whatever. She probably just needed a clock, that's all.
You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling.
Well,
make of it what you will.
hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks.
Hope that made him feel a little better.
Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. New love interest already. Love story can't have been that great. Yeah, legit, right? Like, talk about someone getting over it pretty quickly. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. Yeah, I mean, that was kind of cute that she still took it, but then he kind of was just like, eh. So, I don't know, I didn't really like that. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off?
Yeah, I guess so.
Say, how about dinner? On me? Well, a drink to toast to innocent butts?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him?
Yeah. Part, at least.
You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? I'm feeling like maybe me is a little bit into Phoenix. You know.
And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave Mia." I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep.
Dun, dun, dun!
The end. And you know what? I think... How's that for a perfect timing? It is 9:28. We've, had the extra half hour on the stream. A brand new episode has been added. That's cool. And yeah, so look, I have had a really awesome time chatting with everyone. And, getting to know you all and meeting everyone. So it's been an awesome first stream for me. It has been, an absolute blast being able to do this with you all. And I hope that you all have a great day tomorrow. I hope you've all had a great New Year's. And you know what? Look out for me on Polabear Gaming on Facebook. You can also see me here on Twitch. I will start streaming in a more regular kind of timing. You got to the end of the first episode. Good job. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a perfect way to end the first episode and the first stream here as well. So, yeah. I'm going to go head to bed. I'm going to go cuddle the missus, cuddle little baby. Because, the missus has been in the hospital all day with our 3-year-old. And, graciously, Mrs. Polabear let me do this tonight. So, yeah, I'm going to take some time, spend with the family. Maybe watch a little bit of Brooklyn Nine-Nine again. R.I.P. Captain. We miss you. But yeah, hope you all have a great night. And yeah, I'll catch you later as well, Addy. Thanks for tuning in. And hope to see you next time. So, stay cool, guys.